world is a combination of these two, the matter and the spirit, so to say. But then it's Krishna, his energy is just expanding unlimitedly in all directions. So then so in one way you describe it, this part of it to that part. Okay, it's never complete. You can't. Okay, Lord Brahma, I think Lord Brahma says, well, some may say that I understand you, but I don't understand you. At least not fully understand you. Some may think they fully understand you, but I don't. You too. That's Lord Brahma. He said, Lord Brahma got bewildered. But on this little cowboy, who does a thing? Very interesting. Bewildering energy. This is the bewildering energy of the Lord. Brahma Vimoha Lila, what's it called? Brahma Vimoha Lila, where Lord Brahma thinks he's going to play a game with Krishna. And that's really nice. Play a game with Krishna. What a game, taking away all the cowboys and all the calves, hiding them in some cave in the mountain, and then going to see what Krishna does, and then it's all these cows and boys are still there, and then he thinks, well, didn't I just take them and put them in the cave, and now I see them here again? He's starting to get bewildered. Then he goes back to his cave and look, no, they're still there, and then he comes back and they say, and here they are again. So what is going on? But then part of the Leela is that Krishna then manifests himself. So he manifests, he replaced all the missing calves and boys. He expanded, he replaced, he expanded himself as all the calves and boys. And then when Lord Brahma came and looked, at one point, all these calves and boys, and I think the grass and the horse, everything, just takes on Vishnu forms. Lord Brahma's, what's going on? And then he started to understand, I made a mistake. I'm trying to play a trick with the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Lord Krishna was playing with the cowherd boys and these calves, and he is the Supreme Personality. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the fountainhead, proper speaking, the fountainhead, that from which everything is coming. So then he is bewildered, in a way, about understanding Krishna's position, because they're understanding Krishna's position. He had his power, but Krishna's power is unlimited, beyond. Lord Brahma is so powerful, but still he cannot compare with Lord Krishna, who manifests as a small boy, most beautiful boy in the dark. But here is science. The science of God analyzes the constitutional position of God and its diverse energies. Until nature is called Prakriti, or the energy of the Lord in its different. The energy of the Lord in its different pollution inclinations, expansions as described in the Sattva Tattva. And this is a promising verse. When I was a Bhakt, I read this verse in the purport, and I thought, wow. I just learned this, I only come to know these three Vishnus. And then I would be, what is it says here? Then I will be liberated from material entanglement. That's what it says. For material creation, Lord Krishna's splendid expansions assumes the three Vishnus. The first one, Mount Vishnu, creates a total material energy known as Mahatattva. The second enters into the universes to create diversities in each of them. The third, Vishnu, diffuses all-pervading supersoul in all the universes and is known as Paramatma. He is present even within the atoms, and then anyone who knows these three Vishnus can be liberated from material entanglement. So I took it very seriously as a Bhakta to learn this here. What the three Vishnus was it Karuna Daksai Vishnu, Gaura Daksai Vishnu, Kshiru Daksai Vishnu. And try to understand, of course, and then you learn that. But is that to fully understand them? You can learn that these three Vishnus, but then to fully understand them. Well, now I have a memory here reading, it's a long time ago now. Let's see. Gaura Vishnu, because we have the Shatavyuha. Vasudeva, Shankar, Pradyumna, and Gaura. And they manifest as these three Vishnus. Well, if I get it, if I start it right, hopefully get it right. There is Shankar is manifesting in Karuna Daksai Vishnu. Pradyumna as Gaura Daksai Vishnu, and Aniruddha as Kshiru Daksai Vishnu, who is the Paramatma. Let's see, I better get my memory right there, but in this way there was a description how they manifesting. So they come in connection between the Shatavyuha and the Purusha avatars. And they're called the Purusha avatars. And then you have the, whatever avatars do we have? We have the Guna avatars. And there is also Vishnu, but there is Vishnu, of course, it doesn't say it's a Karuna Daksai Vishnu, or Gaura Daksai Vishnu, or Kshiru Daksai Vishnu, but there's Vishnu. He is the maintainer of the mode of goodness. Lord Brahma is a maintainer. Lord Brahma is the incarnation of passion. And Lord Shiva, Rudra, of ignorance, or in control of these elements. So there is Lord Vishnu as also as a maintainer, but also maintainer, because that's the passion creates, the goodness maintains, and the ignorance destroys. And the compete of superiority. So sometimes we enthusiastically build something. Okay, so it's built and all this, something more goes on. Maybe as a part of Sattva Gun, to maintain it, keep it nice, but then also maybe improve it a little bit Raja Gun there. And then we do nothing, and then after a while it will look more and more tamasic. The walls will all be black from the ghee lamps. And so if you don't do anything, if you don't maintain, if you don't create, then the ignorance takes over slowly, or quickly, whatever. You don't have to worry. It goes automatically. They're competing about superiority, later on is mentioned. Okay, so to maintain is difficult. To create is usually somewhat easier. We maintain, and then there's enthusiasm. Oh, we're going to do something. We're going to create something. We're going to we're going to build a big temple. A big temple. Well, this is a nice one. But then the challenge is to maintain it nicely, and then maybe also expand it. And when there's nothing going on, then Tamaru just takes over and starts to gradually break down if it's not maintained. So these are the three Vishnus, and just knowing about them, one can be liberated. Well, it says liberated from material entanglement. What is that? Well, then and there as a bhakta, for me, that was important. In the beginning state, we want to be liberated from the material entanglement. But just to be liberated, then when he has mentioned the Mayavadis of the impersonalists, I also want to be liberated from the material entanglement and looking for perfection in the impersonal Brahman, seeing that as the goal of life. It has to be out of all entanglement. But for the devotees, liberation, that is not so important. Well, that's okay, it's a beginning. And in one sense, as devotees, we become very much liberated. We become very much liberated. no illicit sex, no intoxication, no gambling, no meeting of fish. We're chanting, we're studying Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and other scriptures. We do in many ways. We are at an early stage is in a liberated position, liberated from material. We're more liberated from material entanglement. We're getting, specifically if we are suffering. Sonya's brahmachari. We don't have to worry too much about things. Mostly, we let others worry about things. And we happily chant Hare Krishna and preach and distribute goods and things like that. That's how it should be. Of course, the more one can engage in the spiritual activities, the less you would have to be entangled in material activities. So that we can say that is liberation is quite easy. It's easy. I think it's at the beginning stage. It's there. But then it gets further. It's not enough just to be liberated, free from material entanglement. We need actually positive activities in spiritual life. Otherwise, we will again drift into the material sphere, or we may get distracted. So therefore, engagement in the service of the Lord. And then we can say, with all our senses. How's it then? Sarvaparamini muktam tat parat venanimalam Rishikena Rishikesha Sevana Bhakti Vichate. So that's from Bhakti Samhita Sindhu by Rupa Swami. Bhakti, or devotion service, means engaging all our senses in the service of the Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Master of all the senses. When the spirit soul renders service unto the Supreme, there are two side effects. When it's freed from all material designations, and simply by being employed in the service of the Lord, one's senses are purified. So that is a nice... Bhakti means engaging all our senses in the service of the Lord. In one sense, the senses we have is also we have gotten from the Lord. Now, in this Gaura Vishnu, I think he was mentioning, Gaura Vishnu creates a diversity in the material existence. There's a Ksharamada Vishnu giving the whole energy, so to say, and then Gaura Vishnu enters and creates diversity in it. So we can say there, the diverse senses also comes into the situation, into the picture. And then we sort of say borrow sensual power from the Lord. To use or misuse. Because essential power borrowed because it's not granted that we have it. Like, okay, I can see you. My power of seeing is not a given, it can be taken away. My power of hearing, my power of walking, my power of speaking can be taken away. My power of thinking, I can get Alzheimer's. May it not be so. You heard about Alzheimer's. You become dement. So so when we gradually, again, time just may take away. Okay, so the devotees, with the time certainly takes away something, but hopefully they stay somewhat clear in the mind, remembering the Lord. But that the things is taken away from us, in one sense, means it's also given to us. It's not in something we can take for granted that it's mine, it's me. It's given to use. So then here it says, to use the service in the service of the Lord, the Supreme Personality of God, the Master of all the senses. Krishna is the Master of the senses. So it can give sensual power and take away. It can give intelligence and take away intelligence. So we can, because he says, later on he's speaking about worshipping the demigods, someone of material desires, and Krishna gives them the faith in a specific demigod so that they can quickly fulfill the material desires. So there's Krishna giving intelligence or giving faith so that you worship a specific demigod according to your desire, so he fulfills those desires. But now here is when the spirit soul renders service unto the Supreme. So then we take the senses, in one sense, that's given by the Lord, and using it in the service, then in the service of the Lord. And we're also using the sense object, and we also take the sense objects and use them in the service of the Lord. And then there are two sides of this. One is free from material designations, but of course also, I am a servant to Krishna now. It's distracted. What Keshav Priya said, Mother says, when are you going to become a Danish again? What's it, I think he said. Parents. Oh, you're not going to, even my good parents, even the very good parents, but some, for a long time they asked, oh, you're not going to, shouldn't you finish your education? Coming like that. Because they were happy that I was a devotee also, but still, maybe she just finish your education. Because I finished my education. I'm still not finished with my education. Because when are we finished with our spiritual education? Because that we're taking, you can possibly quit your material education if you're going to be serious about your spiritual education. But otherwise not. Better be educated this way or that way. Okay, designations. So we are designated, so we become free from designation. We identify less as men, women, intelligent, stupid, or whatever, Danish, Swedish. And we basically take this, that becomes less strong, if you say like that, because we have a different vision of that we're spirit, soul, and soul, so Krishna. And simply by being employed in the service of the Lord, one sense is purified. That's also, we can experience, as we assume we do experience, that engaging in the service of the Lord, we become purified. And then the service of the Lord, what is that service of the Lord? It's good. Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Parasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Daksam, Sakyamatma, Nivedanam. So, Shravanam, first we hear from the Bhagavad Gita, we hear the Kirtan, we sing within the Kirtan, we sing within the Kirtan, and we, in our way, tries to glorify the Lord in various ways, with our capacities. Vishnu Smaranam, remembering the Lord, so Vishnu Smaranam, Parasevanam, worshiping and serving the Lord's lotus feet, Shravanam, Kirtan, Archana, we worship the Lord, and that's it. The Lord is so kind, He incarnates as the Purusha avatars, but also as Archa Vigraha, so that we can engage our senses in serving the Lord that way. Vandanam, praying, reciting prayers, so from our heart pray and ask the Lord for whether blessings, help, or intelligence. Vandanam, dasyam, service, Sakya, making friendship with the Lord. The Lord is our friend. Prabhupada said once, whatever, always remember that Krishna is your friend, okay? Whatever, don't remember anything else, remember, He is your friend. And He's a person. And we can say He is our personal friend. He is, how was it? Sarvagyan, you know Mr. Sarvagyan. It was something, he's an unknown, Avigyata. He was the unknown friend in the fourth canto of the Bhagavatam, in the story of King Purana. So that we have this unknown friend, he's a person, he's a supreme person, and he's an unknown friend. We're not really aware of it, but he is our friend. And when we just want a little bit to turn to Him, then He supports us, helps us. Because He helps in other ways also, in such a way that we get to the point that we want to know Him or serve Him. Okay, so the Lord, our senses become purified. Okay, by engaging this in different ways, the senses become purified. And then we can start to see things as we are. We can say then, again, as we become purified from the material designations. And from lust, anger, and greed, illusion, madness, and envy. And that way we can have peace. And we can be peace and we can be happy. Lord Krishna says, without peace how there can be any happiness. So that way, of course, just peace is not the end. Arjuna, their peace formula, Krishna gives a peace formula, and then Arjuna fights like anything in the battlefield. He can peacefully fight the battle, okay? having this peace formula. And I think it's indicated here also. That the Lord is the enjoyer. What is He? Is the enjoyer? Enjoyer of the sacrifice. Enjoyer what was nice. Controller and friend. Okay, yes, friend. He's a supreme enjoyer. He's a controller, and He's a friend of all living entities. Remembering this, that's the peaceful. Yes, Krishna is enjoyer. He's a controller, and He is the friend. So we should keep that in mind. And now we can study about Krishna's energies here, get some idea about it. There's another aspect of Krishna in this way, keeping our mind engaged and understanding and deepening our understanding of whatever broadening or putting something together. And then Krishna will speak, and then He will speak about water, how He has a pure taste of water, how everything is resting on Him as pearls are strung on a thread. That is in the 7th chapter, and then He goes on and speaks more. And then in the 10th chapter, Arjuna concludes, "You are the greatest, you are Param Dhamma, the purest, and the great sages declare this of you." And then Krishna starts to declare how we can see Him in this world. And then another point, He comes to the point, you just think of me. So that way, we should see in a way that Krishna is behind everything. It's all coming from Krishna. We are coming from Krishna, and this world is coming from Krishna. And it may be very bewildering, but Krishna is in the background. So yeah, keeping that in mind, we may stay sane and safe, and finally go back to the spiritual world. Hare Krishna. Maybe you have some question or comment. Krishna. What really is.
So I was speaking about these 3 Purusha avatars. Yeah. It's quite clear to understand, I can get a quite clear description if you read the Bhagavatam, you can get a good grip on that. But it was also a bit difficult to understand the part of the secondary creation, like by Lord Brahma, because he also described as the secondary creator. Yeah. So notice that Brahma, he comes from the Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, that we can read, from the lotus.
Oh yes, yes.
But then exactly what happens, because then he gets the task of secondary creation, and so exactly how that manifests, I fail yet to get a clear image, because we know that the lotus is there, and sometimes it's described as the universe itself, like the substance of the universe is within, and we have the concept of the Virat Rupas also there, and then we have a little bit described of how the species are created.
Yes.
So, I don't know, I feel like to speak on that, to how the secondary creation that takes place, and if there's any clear.
Well, one thing, it just expands. When you start to study it, you just can expand into different directions, so to understand. Well, the secondary creation, one thing with the secondary creation, when Brahma's, what seems important to me, not because that's how it goes on, I can't remember. In case they have the demigods with their wives, and they'll be getting all these different children, including insects, snakes, and I don't know what, scorpions, and all things is coming from them. But I mean, it's coming in a way from personal interaction in a way. But then what is important for me maybe in this connection would be that that the secondary creation, for Lord Brahma to do that, he has to first engage in tapasya, austerity. And then he has the darshan of the Lord, and then he gets blessings of the Lord, and then he can start to create, do the secondary creation. And then even doing that, sometimes it goes a bit off. There's some demons coming or something, and he has to ask the Lord for help. But I think the important there is that he could create after having performed austerities. Even though that was his tongue, he didn't know anything actually when he was sitting in the lotus. He just bewildered, where am I, what is going on? Trying to find his own source. And when he didn't really find it, then he get the key. Then he should engage in austerities and meditation. And then the Lord came on darshan, and then he could start to create. How exactly it's going, I can't tell you more what you said, but there's the various descriptions, yes. We can think about it. But the point is that the Krishna is behind it all. And then Lord Brahma very much creates with his mind. I mean, that's coming out of his mind. It's that just to think something and it manifests. Thanks Krishna, we're not Lord Brahma. We think things out. But in one sense, maybe what we think do manifest the things also in due course of time. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, I was thinking in that connection that when Brahma creates, then at one point he gets attracted to his own daughter, and then after that he gives up that body, and then after that he sees Krishna face to face, and then Krishna promised him that after you have seen me, then you will not become bewildered again. So yeah, my question is that how does he start, like, because it seems like he starts and then he gets in trouble, and then he meditates more, and then he gets the Lord's darshan, and then Krishna promised him he will not become bewildered again.
Yes. Well, as I know the sequence there, because it's not so clear in my memory, that when he gets bewildered, yes, by his own creation, he becomes sexually attracted to his own daughter. And then I think he's changing form there or something. But then he is important is as his sons approach him with this very interesting. They were approaching him, but very respectfully. Oh, dear father, what are you doing? This has not been done before. Please consider what you're doing. It's interesting that they did so to correct their superior in a respectful way. The next thing is that the superior didn't say, well, who do you think you are? I'm Lord Brahman, I can do what I want. He didn't say that. No, then he felt, he felt embarrassed.
No, first he couldn't control himself.